Hi, a friend came to see me today because she was very concerned about some results that she received from an over-the-counter genetics test. She was very upset because the basically the information told her that she had a predisposition to type 2 diabetes, and it really bothered her because she said to me that she doesn't eat sweets, and that's how she related why a person would get diabetes. And I just want to start off by really trying to calm her down by giving her information. And the information that I gave her was, one, is that these over the counter tests are not always, that there's a lot of controversy with them. Okay, there are studies that are out that basically say that they're unreliable and that they're inaccurate with their results. Okay, other studies have problems with these tests because the laboratories that these tests are sent to do not necessarily meet the standards, let's say, of the laboratories that you would have sent genetic testing to if you had gone through your doctor. And again, if the tests are sent to laboratories do not meet the qualifications, are not the standards of the same tests, of the same laboratories that the genetic counselor sends your test to, then that is of concern. Now, when it comes to genetic testing, there's two types, okay? As we talked about before, you have over the counter genetic testing, which a lot of people do seek. Um, and in my case, I wanted to know from my friend, what exactly were you looking for in these results that you sent for genetic testing? Because some people can send it for ancestry, trying to find out their history and everything. And then other people do send it for genetics. But in the case when it comes to this particular type of consumer centric genetics testing, it's more or less looking to get a genetic predisposition to be tested for various diseases, right? And so basically, you're looking at to see, okay, this test is telling me that I might be predisposed to a particular disease. In my friend's case, it was diabetes. But when you find out that information, what it should do is to teach you to become proactive and try to find out more information about what would make me more prone to this particular type of disease. Okay, and then you have the conventional clinicians type of genetic testing, in which a genetic counselor or your doctor will send you for genetic testing, basically aimed at diagnosing or treating a patient's disease, mainly limited to genetic disease or cancer. So you're looking for genetic diseases that run in a family. Obviously, it could be breast cancer, cystic fibrosis. It can be some type of cancer. Okay, so when it came to my friend, I told her, okay, so in this particular case, you found out that you were predisposed to diabetes. But I had to explain to her a little bit more. Now, in this particular case, this test told you that you were predisposed, but I want you to know that there's other environmental factors and lifestyle factors that should be taken into account to really kind of say, hey, you will get diabetes. For instance, okay, let's take into effect your age, right? Your race, your race, if you're obese, if you exercise, what is your nutrition like? Are you under a lot of stress? All of these factors, okay, play a significant role in really coming to the deciding whether or not you're going to get diabetes. Okay, the problem with these tests, I feel, is that either people are not reading the results, or the company is not doing a good enough job to explain to people that, hey, these are the results, and that you need to again become vested in your health. But what I think you should do is really go see your doctor, okay? Because your doctor can take a clear physical history of base of both your family and your physical history, talk to you, and from that information that he or she gathers can decide, okay, I think that it is possible that you might be at risk for something, and therefore we should get a genetic, counselor involved, and that you should get genetic testing. The genetic counselor will again take an extensive history of your family and yourself, and based on that information will decide if you need to have genetic testing done. And then once those results come back, you and that counselor can sit down and talk about, what you should go from that point on. It is unfortunate that either the companies are not doing a better job, or people are not really reading the information from the results that you get back from genetic tests, because finding out that, hey, I might have a predisposition to, in her case, diabetes just sent her through the roof. She couldn't think of anything else. And I think what it comes down to is that when they have these type of tests, it's important to get somebody who really knows how to read these tests. The information may not be in the layman terms in which the person can truly understand the information that has been given to them, right? And another thing I think that is important, that's a little off subject, is that when people get these tests, they need to realize that these results are not their own. These companies can sell these tests to third party entities. And let's say if you're applying for life insurance or disability insurance, and they're able to get a hold of these tests, it may not work in your favor. So the best thing that you can do, if you have concerns, please go to your doctor, talk to him or her, and the two of you can decide what is the next step.